have many of the series that I work on over the years put in this cabinet that my father made. So, very special to me also. Now I have different sizes with the Clothesline series, but I wanted to share with you all some of these small paper pieces. The small pieces, they range in size. I've done quite a few large pieces with it on canvas. But I want to show you how I start off with the images, and they're black and white. A lot of it goes back to being film, and some of it I've converted over to digital, but I really prefer to do it the old-fashioned way, and that is with the black and white film and fiber-based paper, and that's painted. So all of this is wherever I've traveled to, but some of this is particularly of Williamson County, Tennessee, with my friends, neighbors, all the area that do that have a clothesline. This one is titled "Blowing in the Wind." This is my neighbor, one of the few farmers that we have left in this county. I don't know if that's picking up glare, but of course you notice that the chickens are all in the shade. So maybe they're not so bird-brained after all. Looking up, this piece is titled "Three Sheets in the Wind." I've had a lot of fun titling these pieces with friends. We would get together and just think of little one-liners. All times of the year you can have a clothesline. It will dry when the sun is out. Sometimes you'll have to bring it back in and let it thoroughly dry, but still the smell of the outdoors is permeated in your clothing, and it's wonderful. This scene is from up on top of the hill at my friend Renee's home, and her farmhouse, I can't remember the date it goes back to, but it's been there for quite a long time. Many more in here, and I will show you more. This is how many of them look as I begin. I tried to tone each piece. I've also tried different papers now that digital has come along, and I'm not as crazy about those as I am with the fiber-based paper, because there's the silver that's in that. And it makes a difference, the whole texture of it, how it absorbs the paint. I use oil when I'm painting these photographs. And I will start with a lot of glazes, and it's built up to an opaque. It becomes thicker, just as you would with a painting. That's how this is produced. This is actually from an old slide of a photograph that my father took, and I had that converted to black and white and then painted. So there's my mother. The roots run deep, and you want to hang the clothes out, I think about her. I just love it. Oh, totally different than Williamson County. This was in Italy. So I photograph clotheslines wherever I go. I have some from Italy, and then quite a few that are from Mexico too. And I also notice how everyone puts their clothes on the line differently, and also different times of the week. You don't put your clothes on the line on a Sunday, not a Sunday. Usually laundry is done on a Monday, and you put all of the lingerie, whatever, on the inside of the line, not on the outside, because you don't want your neighbors to see all of that. Although, on this piece, this is exactly what happened there in Italy.
Sunset Tuscany with the clothesline.
Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the larger pieces from the Clothesline series. And as I said before, I really prefer to use the papers from the darkroom papers, but if you're going to go larger, you would probably want your piece to be on canvas. All right, and so I'll just show you here what these larger pieces look like. Oh, okay, let me put that right, maybe there. And you saw a smaller piece before, and I'll do that sometimes as a preliminary, or maybe I like the way it turns out anyway, but this is part of the series where it was snowing outside and I go ahead and do laundry anyway. This is the one that's titled A Country Line Can Survive. The size is 19.5 by 29.5. This is also a larger piece that started as a small one when I do the preliminary, and this is a farmer's line. So these are some of the small pieces that are in the Clothesline series, and also of how the technique is done. And now this is just a print from the painting, and even when that happens, you can have a whole nother piece, because we can't control sometimes how something is copied, and sometimes it comes out even more interesting than the original, because you can pull up some colors out of the shadows that you may not see on that flat two-dimensional surface. And of course, can't have enough of these. Anyway,